With the holiday season here, many of us are looking for fun activities to do as a family, and that includes our pets. If you love spoiling your fur babies just as much as I do, here's an idea for you. We've got Adam States from Pet Supermarket. Welcome to First Coast Living.
Thank you for having me.
And this is really fun. We are making, well, tell us what we're making. I secretly know already, but
All right.
tell the viewers what we're making.
What we're going to make is a pawcuterie board.
Isn't that such a cute play on words? I absolutely love that. So we think charcuterie, but for the dogs, much healthier for them.
Correct.
So let's get started.
All right.
First of all, what is this actually?
All right. So this is our lick mat. This is a lick mat made by Messy Mutts. It's dishwasher, freezer, and microwave safe.
Very
Okay.
soft.
Notice the grooves and the textures on it. Yeah. So we're going to start with that. We're going to make sure we have a clean, stable surface to start. You ready to get going?
Let's do it.
All right.
Got a lot of options here.
Yes. First, let's start with our Churu spread. This is my dog's favorite spreadable treat.
Okay.
All right. We're going to put these on the outside grooves.
Okay.
No right or wrong, however you want to make it.
No, okay. Oh yeah. This, you know what this is reminding me of? Like a Go-Gurt packet. You know those for the little kids?
Oh
the
yeah, there you
yogurt
go.
in the packet.
Go-Gurt for dogs. This has pumpkin, so it actually aids digestion.
Oh, Lord, I
Cool
already made a
fact
mess.
about the grooves in the mat is it actually, as the dog licks it or pet licks it, it stimulates endorphins in the brain, which actually calms the pet.
Really? Okay. And you mentioned pet, not just dogs, so this could be for cats as well, but you might want to get more cat-specific
Absolutely.
treats.
Yeah, large
Okay.
dogs, small dogs. I have you set up with small dogs since that's what you own, so
I
you
do
can
have 2 small
practice.
dogs. Perfect, thank you.
All right, now next let's move on. Let's make our food base.
Okay.
I brought some kibble with us today. This is Performer
right.
Trend. This is sold exclusively at Pet Supermarket. Okay, so let's just place that in the center.
Okay.
We want to have fun with it, but we want to keep it healthy. Yet again.
Is this what's going to be the majority of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so we've got our food, we've got some lickables. Let's move on to some canned food, some toppers, and some freeze-dried.
Toppers, that sounds kind of fun, but we're going to do the wet food first?
Yeah, let's start with the canned food. This is
Okay.
Wellness Chicken and Sweet Potato.
Oh, you know what? I told him when he opened this, I'm like, man, something smells good. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that, but it smells really good.
I'm sure it tastes great.
Oh, yeah. I will not be tasting that. Sorry, guys. I know that would be good TV, but...
All right, we'll place a little bit of that on there. Yet again, we got a lot of different
Okay.
textures here.
Very nice.
You could even add goat's milk or broth, which you can find in our freezer section at the store.
I do notice that sometimes when you add a liquid to the food, they like it more.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so this is a topper. This is really cool. I
Yes.
can see someone putting this on a salad. Not really, but
Yeah,
it's kind
this
of giving me
is-
those kind of vibes.
This is what we call a bowl booster.
Okay.
We like to try to get into everything healthy, obviously. You can add
pretty.
any vitamins, digestive powders, and this one actually is for joint health, so it has glucosamine chondroitin for the joints. My
nice.
dog's a big guy, a little overweight, so we want to make sure his joints are healthy. All right,
course.
next let's move on with our last thing. Let's add some treats.
Oh, they love the treats.
I brought my dog's favorite. This is Loving Pets Chicken Treat, the little
Okay.
bone shapes, which are fun.
And where are we putting those?
Let's put these on. I'm going to put mine on the outside.
I
mean,
guess, you know what? You could just kind of have fun and create any kind of design you'd like, right?
The most important thing, though, as we're going through this is treats should really only be 10% or less of your pet's diet.
Okay, good to know.
Yep. You always want to consult with your veterinarian and make sure you know your dog's specific suggested daily caloric intake.
And with a smaller dog, it's going to be way less than a bigger dog.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess I should be loading mine up because mine's bigger.
I'm going to load mine up just because it's pretty, but yeah, they probably wouldn't eat all that.
Yours is looking better than mine so far.
I made a mess though, honestly, but you know what? That's part of the fun.
So another thing to think about is as you're going through this, this really isn't suggested for aggressive chewers. You always want to monitor your pet, supervise them as they're enjoying the experience.
Right.
I think it looks great. How about we do one last topper on here?
Okay.
This is called a yummy comb. This is actually a dental treat that you can throw in there. They'll eat this in one sitting. They're made specifically for their weight, so you got to make sure you get the right size, and it actually cleans their teeth.
I love that idea because yeah, I don't brush my dog's teeth. They do get their dental cleanings, but I don't brush their teeth.
Now
so
we
this
have
would
the
be really
solution.
nice.
There we go.
Okay, this is adorable. I absolutely love it, and I mean it looks just as good as a regular charcuterie board.
I think we did good.
I like how you mentioned the different textures, the different types of foods and treats, but I also like that you mentioned only 10% of their daily intake should be the treats.
Correct, yeah,
So
10%
I do
or
love
less.
that. Okay, so I think that the viewers at home are probably going to want to make one of these. So what's the best way for them to get started?
Come into any pet supermarket. If you want to find me, I'm at the Orange Park location.
Okay.
Our staff will be happy to help you find it. We actually have a designated section for pawcuterie, so you can pick out all the
Really?
goodies.
Okay.
And then, of course, go to petsupermarket.com to grab it.
I love this. This is so great. You know what? We have our holiday parties for the adults, and then now we got something for the dogs and the cats. So
There we
thank you
go.
so much for joining us
Welcome.
today.
Thanks for having me.
And if you'd like to see this segment again, just head to our website at firstcoastliving.net.